Hi everyone, it's Javid from Dead Mage Studio. We're gonna talk about and play a little of our newest game, Wizard of Legend 2, and we're gonna discuss some of the features we have for this sequel and the changes that we have made to the original game, Wizard of Legend. So here is, where the trials are being held. So basically in Wizard of Legend, you are trying to become a Wizard of Legend. So, and you can, you should attend these trials and overcome the challenges, bosses and enemies and everything, and come out of the end of it alive and become the Wizard of Legend. And Wizard of Legend also entitles the most powerful wizard in the as the most powerful wizard in the Lanova. They will be rewarded with a chalice which is called Chalice of Immortality, because the one who has this chalice basically cannot die. Of course, the next wizard of chalice will always defeated and take the chalice back. The trials are held in this floating lands, and which you can see enemies and fight them. And let's just see what we have here. Play a little together, and then okay. Basically, in Wizard of Legend 2, in each trial, you will be guided by a council member, which will be talking to you toward a magical item, and will guide you, give you pep talks, I don't know, hints. They might come up with a hint or two, or even sometimes mock you or stuff. We try to keep them funny, so you could have some fun with them. They will react to anything, almost everything that the wizard does. So basically, when they are saying something, it means they are reacting to something that has just happened in the world, or you have done. All right, so let's talk about the Arcana. Basically, everything you do with your Arcana at your disposal. Here, as you can see on the HUD. First of all, I should explain something. I want you to keep in mind that everything you see here, because it is work in progress, many of the UI and everything are just placeholders and work in progress. So please, many of them are placeholders. They might be icons missing, or this thing we keep here for our own data. So please forgive the placeholder art. And yes, as we're saying, as you can see, you just like Wizard of Legend 1, you can bring 3 Arcanas to the fight into the trials. Then you can add another 2 if you find them in the trials. These 3 you select from the hub and equip it to your character before coming into the trials, stepping foot into the trials actually. And then as you can see, the one on the left, this one is my basic Arcana. It means that I can cast it almost non-stop. There's no cooldown, and it is my main source of attack usually. Then the one here in the middle, it is this one. This is my signature attack, which I can have only 1 basic and 1 signature, but up to 3 standard. The rest of the Arcana are called the standard Arcana, like this one. They have longer cooldowns, as you can see, and you can't keep casting them, but they are powerful actually. The signature ones also have cooldowns, but the cooldowns will reset much faster, and they have some sort of additional functionality instead of just damaging. And we use them, you can use them as a utility. For example, this one I have here will chain between enemies and shock them. I'll explain shock and stuff shortly. So, but basically, these are your main sources of abilities. Usually the basic Arcana is the most we keep using, but of course, it's not the strongest, usually, of course. Let's break some destructibles. Alright, in the end of the level, usually not all levels, but many of them, you get to be rewarded with an altar, which will give you here. It's an element again from the first game, Relic. We have relics here, which are basically items that you can equip, and they will stack up to 10 relics for now, and they all have their own benefits. Like this one deals, this voodoo doll here deals 10% more damage for each debuff on an enemy. The debuff is something I'm gonna explain later. Again, Assassin's Boots, your next damage after dash has 100% critical chance. This effect cannot happen more than 1 every 5 seconds. And this one is a lava orb, which it says killing fractured enemies with fire arcana will cause an explosion that deals damage and 3 levels back. So let's keep this simple for now with this Assassin's Boot. It's good to have 100% critical chance every time I dash, and I dash a lot. So let's head into the next floor. Okay, as you can see, I'm dashing between some chasms here, some edges. These are pits like the original game. If you misplace your dash, you might fall into one and receive damage. Of course, receiving damage from pits is not only for you, as you can also throw enemies into the pits and instantly kill them. For wizards, of course, it doesn't happen. You're magically teleported out of the pits and you just receive some damage. Not only these pits can come to your aid, there are other obstacles here and other things that you can use to your benefit and deal damage to enemies with them. So let's drop that. It was dying already. Let's drop you. Yes.
Each of those pots was handmade, I hope you know. I went through a ceramics phase.
More like a decade.
Okay. Alright. This guy here, let's check him out. This one also is a shop. Stands here and sells relics to us. The same items that we had. I can have many, or I can instead choose to be healed for, of course, a gold price. So this says each time you attack with your basic attack, a buff on you that increases the damage of the next standard Arcana and deal double damage to undamaged enemies. This one regenerates health each time you land a critical hit. That is good. I want this one. I'm 7 gold short. That is not good since I don't have free. Alright, let's find 7 more money and then come back to this shop. Keep a guy. Give me money. Give me money. Oh yes, I have. Right enough. Alright. About the signature arcana, as I told you, this is how it works when I deliver damage to enemies. I'm not now using a cheat, but the blue bar fills under my HP bar, which is my signature bar. When it is filled up, I can cast my Arcana signature ability, which in this case of this would be like this, a powerful attack, actually very powerful version of the same normal Arcana. This is a normal one, and as you can see, this one is the signature version, and I'm invulnerable during the cast, so it's really powerful, and can usually you can usually use it to crowd control your enemies. All right, I got this. Vampire's eyeglasses. Oh, the flying enemies do not fall into pits. Too bad. Haha. So, I'm helping another wizard. I'm not the only one in the trials. So, I helped him, and he gave me this chest, which has another relic, which gives 8% evade chance, and when you evade, your revenge effect happens. Revenge effects are the ones that actually happen when you're hit. I don't have any revenge effect on me right now, but the evade chance can always be useful. Throw you in the pits. Throw into pits. Another benefit that I'm getting as a player is that I can double dash on pits. Of course, not something which is unlocked from the beginning, but you can purchase it as a permanent progress from hub. That is like this: when I misplace I'm given a small duration to dodge, double dash out of the pit. It's very useful and can save the day. Okay, I'm teleported to somewhere else, which other types of enemies, chaotic ones. And I saved a tiny spirit. Those are used for some armor grades. And we have a boss fight. Actually, it's a mini boss fight. Whenever the boss is staggered, see? Whenever I feel his stagger bar, he's staggered and cannot do anything, so I can feel his stagger bar basically by my normal attack, and then he will be some sort of stunned, letting me do a lot of damage. Oh, before I die. So he basically killed me. Alright, so whenever you die, you go back to the hub. The hub is actually a placeholder, and the art still very much work in progress. You get to choose another character, another wizard, who will try to become the Wizard of Legend. So each wizard has a name, of course, like this one, which is Cerelia, I'm not sure, and a starting relic with him or her, possibly. This one, I think, is a her. Your dragons deal 25% more damage. So this is basically the starting item, the starting relic. You get to choose one of these three characters. Each one of them has one relic on them, so you can basically choose them and somehow define your starting play style. Of course, it always changes in the runs, but all right. This one, I gain a shield that protects me for 1 hit whenever I'm hit by enemies. Whenever I visit the hub, there are some possible events and NPCs, which one, in this case is the door, is behind the door. But I can interact with different NPCs and talk to them, and like this one here, or upgrade my permanent progressing here. I already, as you see, this first one, it is the one that gives you the ability to double dash on pits, but there are other upgrades as well. You can choose rejuvenating portals, which will heal you whenever you pass a level. The treasure hunters, that basically gives you more gold. That's not bad. This drops you signature globes, which will heal you, which will fill your signature bar. So that's all okay. And rare Arcana. Okay, so far so good. So there is a permanent progression thing that it can also be upgraded later on. You can unlock new permanent progresses and just actually empower and strengthen your wizards permanently. Here you can select the Arcana. We have 5 elements, just like the original game: water, fire, earth, lightning, and wind. Aside from the 6th element, which is chaos. Each of the Arcana each have their own unique set of Arcanas and the stuff. I was using this Frostblade thing from the Water Arcana for my basic Arcana, and I was using the Lightning Arcana for my signature Arcana, and then I was using Dragon Dive from the Earth Arcana on my standard slot. Let's change that a little bit. For example, let's go to Fireball for basic. For signature, let's go for Ice Blast, and let's go to something more windy. For standard Arcana, let's the Flying Kicks. There are tons of Arcana to select with. You can, in this training center, you can try them out and see for yourself if you enjoy the Arcana or not. So this one basically freezes enemies, my signature, and Fireball is just throwing Fireball. And this standard one, the Flying Kicks, is one of my favorites. It does some flying kicks, literally, and it's very powerful, one of my favorites. So here I can feel my signature and also cast my signature ultimate spell, which is basically freezing everyone in this screen. So quite useful. Let's jump right back in. There's still many things I want to share with you. Like how not to drop into the pit. This one, this ice blast thing actually has a very short reach, but it is very powerful because it will freeze some enemies out of the combat and you can focus on the rest of them. And then fly kick them. Alright. A chest just popped up there nowhere. Yeah, just again forgive us for the placeholder thing and unfinished stuff. Alright, this guy is the Wizard of Legends legendary shopkeeper Nox. Yeah, creepy creature, but always lovely. So he got cursed relics. Cursed relics are pretty much relics, but cursed. There's a downside that comes with its huge benefit, of course. For example, this one says Wizard Instruction Manual, reduce one standard slot, but other standard Arcana deal more damage. That's not bad. Not that bad. Every time you dash, shoot to homing projectile, but that has more cooldown. This can be tricky. So basically, it brings you something powerful enhancement, something that is really gonna change your gameplay, but also it has a downside, so you gotta be wise. But it can create, if you're courageous enough to choose one, select one and risk it, it can lead into very powerful builds. So this one says increase basic damage by 40% and decrease all other damage by 40%, which can define your player style and actually strongly affect it, because you're going to be ending up using basic attack most of the time. Alright, again, let's check out and choose another relic. Okay, that is good, because I have already this freezing thing. So if I freeze an enemy, which I can easily do with my signature attack, they take a moderate damage when the freeze is broken. That's very good. So fearsome figure, anyone capable of holding this frightening figure is scary, increases the damage of melee Arcana by 10%. And ice breaking hammer, hitting frozen enemies with Earth Arcana. I don't have Earth Arcana, so I'm going to go with this one. I think that's quite a good thing. So let's talk about these status effects for a while. Every element have their own status effects. Like, as you can see, water Arcana usually can freeze enemies, and frozen enemies cannot move or do anything until the freeze is broken. Then fire, you can burn enemies with fire. Burning enemies receive damage over time, of course. Wind slows enemies, which is another static effect. You can fracture enemies using Earth Arcana. That is something that actually means when an enemy is fractured, when they move, they receive damage. You can fracture them and push them back, so they will receive extra damage actually. And lightning does shocking to the enemies. Actually, shock is quite similar with freeze, but frozen enemy have more duration, but if they hit them, their stun effect disappears, but shocked enemies remain and keep receiving shock damage for a few seconds, and they cannot do anything else. They're basically shocked. So let's go to the next room. We use these status effects and relics to create builds and do things that will keep things fresh and make every build possible. Like if you had an Arcana, you could broken the frozen enemies down, and so you can have many different builds with this stats effect, combo them, and have many great and desirable effects. Alright, this is what we call internally champion chest. It's a basic chest, of course, a mimic enemy that uses elemental powers to attack you, like raining fire, creating whirlwinds, or this lightning maze, whatever it is. And this cute little ass cube. Alright, I think I destroyed it. Alright. So it is offering me a relic, double any damage boost received from other relics. I currently don't have, but hopefully I will have soon. See, okay, and if I pressed the character info here, it is top. When I press the top key, the player info screen shows up. I can see my list of Arcanas I currently have equipped. Then I have a list of relics. It is the Frost Helm, which gives me freeze. Give me freeze. Oh, I have another mean of freezing enemies there. I'm comboing. I'm working through the freeze build, I think. Reduce one standard stun, but other standard Arcana deal 20% more damage. Then this one, frozen enemies take moderate damage when freeze is broken, and this is something that won't do anything for me right now. What I gotta is find something, because it's a very powerful relic. It doubles any damage boost received from other relics. So basically I gotta find the damage relic. Oh, spike traps, classic. So, my signature failed, but maybe I can use it here. No,
for the next wizard.
Too late. Oh, I have another Arcana. So, if I don't want it, basically, I can transmute it. So I get gold instead of the Arcana, but why not? It's even, the Arcana is enhanced. See? This is scorching my Arcana. It will leave behind the mine, but it is replacing my current signature. Because it is a signature Arcana, I only can carry one signature Arcana. But since this one was enhanced, I'm gonna pick it up already. It says deal 30 more damage to enemies with status effect. So this is an upgrade, an enhancement that we have on this Arcana. Each Arcana can be upgraded in their own ways in the trials, or you might even be lucky enough, just like I was right now, to receive an already upgraded Arcana. Arcana can be upgraded in many different ways, like their damage can increase, their cooldown can increase, basically any of the stats can increase. There are also some enhancements to some Arcana, which are enhanced version of that upgrade, which somehow even changes the behavior of that Arcana. The most important thing is that they keep empowering your Arcanas and make you stronger. After all, Arcana is all you get in trials. Receive 10 gold for the HP you lose from any source. I prefer not to lose HP, but that's not bad.
Difficult, young wizard.
Let's choose this one.
Of the relic
Oh,
is
it's
the key to your
salmon.
survival. Difficult.
Alright, so this is, as I told you about, this is the Arcana Upgrade revolt. This will give one of your Arcanas an extra benefit, something like this one gives you your Air Monk Strike attack speed. Okay, you can increase your attack speed, which is very good for this Arcana. Or this is a level 3 upgrade, which comes for 50 gold. This one deals 45 more damage to enemies with status effect. We could already burn some of them, so this could also be useful quite. And this is increases the air strikers damage. So which one is it, upgrade or level 2 damage? Let's say level 2 damage, that's already too fast. Or I can't afford the middle one, so or I could, I don't know. So you can basically upgrade your Arcana and make them powerful in their own ways in each run. So not only the Arcana, you can change your entire Arcana and arsenal from the hub, or in the lands. Actually, you can upgrade them in a different way each time. This is the boss fight of the first biome. There will be 2 other biomes aside from a final biome, and okay, I got him. I think I got him. Staggered. Okay, and now his mid health. He's doing his ult. Oh, and he's doing a lot of damage to me. I staggered him again. And I'm managing to defeat him. Yeah. So, as a reward, I'm getting healed up and getting an extra Arcana. So, basically that's it, I think. I've covered most of the basic and main features in the game. There's always more to discover, but you could die, come back, and die again, and try harder to get over the end of these trials, finish the trials successfully, and get the Chalice of Immortality, and become, of course, the Wizard of Legend. So, thank you for time. Goodbye.